You are listening to Unlaced, a triathlon podcast. I'm your host, John O'Newland, along with Jimmy Vitamin C Newland and Kane Chocolate Raisner. We are here to entertain you through your workout, not teach you how to work out, but you might learn something along the way. So the names, Vitamin C and Chocolate. Let me guess, Jimmy, you are deficient in vitamin C.
What are you trying to say?
Them are fighting words.
He probably did a challenge where he stuffed as many tangerines in his mouth as he could.
Oh my gosh, that was like 6 years ago already.
I remember that.
Wow.
When was that?
There's one time, so first of all, vitamin C is because there's like a lot of sickness going around in my area. And so I've just been pounding airborne like as much as I can to try to avoid it. But I feel it trying to creep its way into me, but I'm gonna fight the good fight.
I just embrace the sickness.
Fight the good fight.
Back in the day, I hate it. Back in the day, I got sick one time, and so I wanted vitamin C, and I went to this grocery store somewhere in the middle of nowhere, or like a Walmart in the middle of nowhere, whatever. But I got a bag of those little Halo Cutie oranges, and then I did like a video segment of eating all of them, and I ate like 17 little Halo oranges in a very short amount of time, and it made me very sick.
Very sick.
I just got Snapchat after Snapchat after Snapchat of him.
It was on my story. I didn't send it out direct. It was all on my story.
Oh, okay. So
But it was just like one after another, and after like, and I was already invested. I'm like, oh, I got to do this. And in the very last one, I was like, oh man, I'm real sick now.
So do you have
I'm actually sick.
Do you have a similar chocolate story, Kane? Is that a chocolate pounding?
Identical. Have you watched the movie Matilda where she's got to eat the chocolate cake until she pukes?
No.
No. I did watch I Love Lucy, who had to make sure the chocolate
Eat the chocolate off the conveyor.
It has nothing to do with that, but I've just been eating a lot of chocolate lately. So there's like everyone brings chocolates to work. So I'm always just walking in, and we've got this in our marketing and sales office. There's a little bin with chocolates in it. So I'm walking in there like 2-3 times a day, grabbing a piece of chocolate, and I come home and Lexi's got chocolate bars in the pantry. So I go break a piece of chocolate, and then after dinner, I have another little piece of chocolate. So I feel like I'm always like loading up on chocolate.
Define piece. Chocolate is like a one Hershey's bar. Is that a piece?
No. So we got like the big, like it would be like a full size Hershey bar. Yeah. Brick. No, it'd be like a full size Hershey bar, but they're not Hershey brand. So I just take one little chunk off.
Yeah. Just
man, I haven't eaten sugar since last year.
Really? You've already started this year and doing that?
Well,
you were doing no sugar right away? I don't know.
I mean, I'm avoiding it. I'm avoiding it. Yeah. Whatever sugar comes into my diet, but I've just been pounding.
It happens to get in my mouth. just eat it.
How'd you get in there? Get out of there, sugar.
I don't know why we always turn Southern. I love it, like a deep Southern accent when
we're having a good meal. Get out of there, sugar.
I need to do no sugar. I've been the ice cream Hannah.
Yeah, but I'm real fat though.
Well,
I am the Clydesdale.
So you guys historically have done no sugar Januaries, right? Like even like growing up.
March.
Oh. No, we never did growing up. No sugar, please.
Oh no,
we did no TV. No TV.
Okay, that's what it was. No TV.
Yeah.
Gosh, it was interesting. I get it, but
I caught my mom. I caught my mom. Or I told on my mom. She was watching The View.
The View.
The View of all things. She was watching The View, and my dad called, and I was at home with mom. I was like, "Yeah, mom was watching The View today." She's like, "Don't tell."
That was during No TV month, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it was. Caught her.
Naughty.
Yeah.
Oh, Jenny.
Ginia.
Bless her heart. Just bless her heart. I miss her. How's she doing?
She's doing very well. She's doing great.
They're traveling internationally soon. Going to visit my sister in Thailand.
There was actually.
Yeah, they were closing their borders, opening their borders, so they're kind of up in the air. But yeah, going to visit.
Yeah. It's going to work out, it seems like.
Oh, there's still borders closed?
Well, no, Thailand. So what happened, my dad was explaining it to me yesterday. Thailand tried to close it. And then like, depending on, I don't know, vax status or test status, something like that.
Yeah,
but then the airports were like, no, we can't do that because Thailand was going to make the airports bring the people back to where they came from. or back
put
to
it
where
all in the airport.
The origin, yeah, I was putting all in the airport. So it's
Go
like
back
they had
to
nothing.
where you
Get back to where you came from. So they weren't going to be able to go, and then the airports pretty much helped shut that down.
I see.
Yeah, so it looks like they'll be able to go.
Awesome. Good. So what workouts have you boys been focusing on lately?
Oh, I'm trying to get in a routine with the bike. Having the bike trainer is awesome. I still got to switch out the cassette, but I really need to lay out. So I have 3 days a week. It's a workout group called F3 that I'm a part of. And so it's 45-minute training in the morning, 5:30 to 6:15, pretty regimented. And it's all light body weight workout, HIIT style training. So I need to find out because getting the bike trainer, I've biked more than I've run now. I need to get onto I know I don't have to make it even biking and running at the same pace, but I really want to lean into biking more. But I just got to schedule out the days and think of what days I want to bike, what days just build it around. But biking mainly, I want to lean into a little bit more.
Same. Still swimming and biking a lot more. I want to get a lot more hours on the bike. Last year during the winter, that's when I first got the kicker, and I did a lot of biking, but I want to do more. I don't think I prepared myself enough. And I also don't want to completely lose out on running over the winter. That's a big thing. I don't want to, I might even do
how many days would you
2 miles at a time, 2 miles a week, even just to get a run in. Cause I think the longer I get away from it, the harder it is to get back in, to where that last run I did, I think it was on a squad goal. It was a lot, my lower back hurt so bad. Oh no. In the first half, it was everything was tightening up in a weird way. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be brutal. I made it through, but I need to keep run a little bit a week, I think. Well,
This week's a good week to do it. I mean, the weather is supposed to be perfect. There's no snow in the forecast here, and it's going to be high 30s, low 40s all week, the next 10 days. So it's perfect winter running weather right now.
Well, you know what?
Roads are all clear.
I'm going to run tomorrow.
Running.
Ooh.
I was running. I'm going to run tomorrow.
I'm going to run tomorrow.
I might.
What have you been up to, Kane?
I might run too.
Been doing a lot of rides on my kicker. It's been fun to get that and breaking it in pretty harshly. I still have a lot of gear slippage right now. So
did you try that thing I sent you?
I tried the one. So basically the one piece of advice that the guy gave on that YouTube video was to try to lift your bike all the way up and then loosen the skewer and then put some pressure on it to basically force the two sides of that fork all the way down on the side pad. It's hard to visualize this as I'm saying it, but then you tighten that
attaches. Yeah.
Yep. So then you tighten that skewer back up while you're still putting pressure on it, and it's supposed to level it out. But that did not do anything.
Where you're not leveling still? I thought you didn't get it leveled yet.
No, it's the actual kicker is leveled, but because of the gear slippage, the YouTube video that Jono sent, one of the things the guys had to try was to get that bike to make sure that the bike itself is level on the two sides of the fork.
I think that's what's going on. Something similar is going on with mine, but I'm just whatever. I hang on the center gear. But it's annoying. It's really annoying when I'm trying to climb and it'll slip.
Yeah, but in Zwift they do those even in training. Obviously, if you're trying to climb and do a long run or ride, but in the workouts they change the resistance so you don't have to do gear shifts. I believe if you want to. Yeah, you're right. They'll make it no matter what gear you're in. You could trick it sometimes by starting in a hard gear and then dropping really fast. But it's based on your wattage. It's based on your wattage output. They change based on your wattage output, higher or lower.
Well, if you're doing a workout, but if you're just riding a track, then you
can turn that off. I think you could turn that off though. You could turn that setting off because I had it on too. I think James turns it off when he does it.
Does the workouts? If you want to get,
I don't know. I can't remember
gears.
Just to get the feel of what that wattage would be like in the different gears then.
Well, then you can adjust because some people, if you're stuck in a certain wattage on your gear, then you're kind of locked into a cadence. You can only go so fast. So if it's if it's adjusting the kicker to be harder on an easy gear to make a certain wattage, then it's adjusting and it's almost forcing you into a cadence instead of some people like to go faster, like pedal faster, and some people like more like a harder pedal. I like a harder pedal usually, and some people like a faster pedal. But I don't know. I think there's a setting you can change.
Yeah, I was reading there's like an optimum cadence that you're supposed to try to arrange, a cadence range that you're supposed to try to stay around when you're doing like longer rides versus like power workouts and stuff.
Oh, I think it depends on the person too. A lot of people are even within our group, I think, are very different, because Scott likes a very low, very high cadence, I think. And James does like a little lower. I don't know.
Interesting. But yeah, so I'm still working through some of those issues. I've noticed on my lowest gears, my lowest 2 gears, I can't even stay in those gears because I just slip almost right off the gears themselves. The chain almost slips right off. So like the
lowest, so the closest to your wheel,
the smallest, the biggest.
The hardest
easiest.
Gear.
Isn't that the easiest?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The gear closest to your wheel.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
My when I'm on the one the closest to my wheel, it's fine. The 2 off of it are my big problems. If I'm on the one closest, the 2 off of it, it'll jump 2 or 3 sometimes, like randomly. Yeah. So I'm in a good rhythm, and then all of a sudden it gets super hard. And I yell out because I'm in the basement, so I can. It's like, come on, like, are you kidding me? Like, stop.
Yeah, it gets frustrating. So I mean, even if it's not perfect, I want to try to get it a little bit better, just so it's more of a real world feel. But it's not. I mean, it's not that big of it. It doesn't stop me from doing my workouts or anything.
It's you get done what you need to get done. At least that's what's nice. Get some reachers in.
Exactly.
Me and Kane and John will watch Reacher when we bike. Well, John hasn't been on a watch party yet, but
no, I haven't.
Yeah, it's just like hanging out in the same room, but you're getting exercise in and you're still watching some entertainment.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's a good show.
But I do need. Sorry, go ahead, John.
I was like, I'm letting it pause because Kane wanted to start talking about the next segment.
I thought Kane intros a question. You still transition. I think Kane does a question.
No. That's what we didn't talk about on the way in, because I was like, Kane's like, I didn't have a segment. Let me do that one. And then
I want to participate.
I want to participate. So I was like, I'm waiting. I was going to let it just be silent for a while.
That's why I thought you were both kind of doing that. But I think, I think you were supposed to do the transition, and then Kane was to present the question.
Oh, I get it now. Were you want to present the question?
We're not on that yet, anyways.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
gasp. I forgot. Jimmy, this is on you. All right. Well, for the very first quick segment, we have
Try Trivia.
This one's so bad one of these times. It doesn't work.
Do we still not know if the episodes work like that?
I don't think the episodes have come out with that yet.
Yeah,
it's going to sound so lame. Okay, good.
Oh, you confirmed it.
Yeah. That'd be so lame if it didn't.
I just hope one of these times it doesn't start. And I'm like, for you, and you're like,
try trivia.
Try
trivia.
All right, so try trivia.
This is this try trivia. I found this one today. I didn't know this one either. It's kind of a knowledge, one that you can get some knowledge from. So, do you guys know what this term is? Critical power. Or what do you think it would be?
Critical power would be.
So, can anybody jump in here? Or?
Yeah, Kane, come on.
Yeah,
figure this out.
So, my guess is that it is your peak power that you can output on your bike, like the highest peak that it can reach. Not like sustain it at any amount of time, but just the highest that, if you're just pushing as hard as you can, what is that max that the number reaches?
Like max power. Okay. I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Critical power.
We're at critical mass.
I would guess the opposite of what you were saying, where it's something that you can sustain for the length of time that you have. So I don't know what your face is doing. So like the speed that you can sustain for
isn't that FTP?
Critical power is, and John was a little bit closer, the average power watts for that you output over a given distance.
Average, okay.
The average. So it's basically what you can sustain over. But I think if I didn't read it and know it, I would have gone in the direction Kane went, where critical makes me think of like max.
That's over a distance, not a time.
Yeah, average power watts over a distance, which can translate to a time eventually, maybe.
Well, it depends on the weight of the rider, right? Because that's why they have the
Kilowatts over
kilogram, watts per
Oh,
kilogram.
yeah,
So
watts per
what's-
kilogram.
So what's the difference then between functional threshold power and critical power?
Hey, man.
This isn't a science podcast.
Hey, man, this is Try Trivia.
Hey, I
Can't
just
shoot one back. So what is the use case for
Do you
critical?
ask Pat Sajak why B comes after A in the alphabet?
Who's Pat Sage? Oh yeah. Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune. Yeah,
Wheel of Fortune.
What is critical power? When would that be used, or when is FTP even used?
Critical power is just a measurement of
Fitness.
your average
Like
watts.
your
Yeah,
critical
measurement of
power.
fitness. Yeah.
Okay, it's just a measurement of fitness.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my critical power within the last few rides is probably somewhere hovering right around 150, which is not great.
150 watts.
Compared to like someone who averages like 300, like James. Me and Kane were on after our ride. We were asking James what he like what his average was, and it was like
300
sky high, like
You're
way
saying
past
watts?
us. Watts, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's in the 3.0 plus watts per kilogram, and I'm hovering like 1.3.
So I went back and looked at some of his Strava, and a lot of his watt averages were like high ones, low twos. So we'll have to confirm with him what he meant by that. So James, when you listen to this, we need to clear up that a little bit.
That could be an interpretation error on my fault, or on my end.
Not word with goods.
I will definitely take a blame before James on that end because he's smart.
Sword.
You know.
He's smart.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he knew exactly what he was saying to me, and I probably interpreted it wrong.
Shaking my head. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess. Yeah.
300 watts a kilogram.
3,000 watts.
You'll have to explain to us.
There is something to be uncovered. No, I'm just kidding. That's a good one. I need to learn all those terms and measurements to compare. Even getting the kicker has helped me, like visually seeing it or like seeing what I actually put out and everything like that. That's been helpful.
Then you can get a feel for what, internally what feels like.
I love having that data. Like when I first got my Garmin watch, just having just tracking the steps, tracking your heart rate, just like average resting heart rate during the day, things like that. It's just fun to see where you're at from a fitness perspective.
Yeah. All right. Well, that brings us into our next one. Jimmy, ready?
Question of the day.
Ooh.
Beautiful. So
Kane?
Question of the day. I love it. I get to introduce a segment, or at least give the question of the day for the first time ever. Mark this down in history.
I don't know. I'm going to listen back to ours. I think you might have had some.
I don't believe so, but I could be wrong. It doesn't happen often, but once in a while. So question of the day today is, what is the next purchase you plan on making for endurance training? This is geared more towards equipment purchases, but it could be enveloped in like races or other things like that. Yes. So John, why don't you start?
Yeah. So just made the old purchase of the kicker there. So got to get my head around that one before I really go on. But probably I feel like a bike would be the most make sense, but it is a large expense. So I may honestly do a wetsuit before that. And try
That's
that
a
out.
good one.
Don't mind. You
Can you have a wetsuit yet?
I don't have a wetsuit yet.
Yeah, I either getting that or looking at a bike, or honestly, it could be a new pair of running shoes. Those come up pretty often. So,
yes,
that
they
could
do
be a
wear out
sneaker.
after
But I would
250 to 300
say
miles.
ideally would be a bike, but probably a wetsuit.
Yeah,
Love it.
wetsuit's pretty cool. For me, obviously a new bike would be like awesome, but realistically, the one thing I want is longer aero bars. So I have aero bars on my road bike, and they work fine, but they're just a little too short. I need them out a little longer and like
Like the
angled
ends
up.
of your elbows. Your elbows
Well,
are just like on the edge.
like
hanging out.
if I lay down comfortably, like the end of them come to right about here, and my wrist is like I'm hanging out above it. And
like-
here is like maybe
It's
5 inches down my
Kane's
wrist.
ladder hanging on the wall that we talked about in episode 7.
Barely
Oh,
grabbing.
no. That's horrible.
So I would want longer aero bars that like angle up higher. I feel like I'd be a lot more secure in my aero position because right now I do not feel secure at all.
Because your
that'd be
aero
mine.
bars are a lot shorter than mine, right? That I got from Scott.
Yeah, because remember I was gonna trade you. No, what did I remember? I said something like,
Yeah, you were
I
trying
forgot
to-
Kane's bike was his bike that he uses. I'm like, dude, I was like, let me just take the aero bars off of this thing, or I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, you
He's
were trying
like,
to finagle them.
He's like, that's my bike. I was like, oh shoot, because he had it on his old trainer, on his old like spinner thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
for some reason I thought that wasn't his main bike, and it was. And I was like, well, let me just swap them with this. I was like, I'll put my aero bars on this bike and I'll take those. He's like, that's my bike. I was like, oh, never mind. I will not do that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. It was a valiant effort, but no,
I almost got
definitely
him.
need them. My
give
aero
you
bars are
some
comfy. I'm glad
chocolate.
that Scott was willing to part with those.
Yeah, I'd like to get a better pair than those even. No, I'm just kidding. Not though. Another thing would be an aero helmet. I'd like that too.
Oh yeah, you did
An
mention
aero
that.
helmet with a tail that's a little bit longer than Kane's tail on his.
just like 1 inch longer.
Just enough to one up.
How much? How
Gotta
much
be a
does
cooler
aero-
color too.
How does that feel compared to a regular helmet, Kane? Like, how much do you feel a difference?
I could not tell you because that's the only helmet I've ever had.
Oh,
I bought it
only
when I
know
first got into
perfection.
biking. Well, it was on sale, so I when I first
Yeah,
bought
no,
my
that's
bike,
awesome.
I was like, "What? How much I get?" And it looked really
Yeah.
cool, and I knew nothing about cycling, so I was like, "Oh, this looks cool. It's on sale. I'll buy it."
It is such a cool helmet. It is. And I want one so bad. And after seeing Scott's too, Scott's racing helmet that he puts on is awesome too. I just want
His
one
is
so
the
bad.
full arrow too. It's got the whole tail all the way back.
Yeah.
Mine's only a partial.
Yeah. So I could get a longer tail. And what about you, Kane? What's your next piece of equipment?
Well, John stole mine. It was the wetsuit. It's definitely something that I need.
you can't get it now.
So I can't buy that now. Not an equipment, but I have not signed up for our half
Wow.
Ironman that we're doing. So
Please hold off on that.
yes, that is
So
true.
I-
So
Yeah, I
John
signed
might
up
back
today.
out
No, I might go AWOL.
because Uncle Sam might make him.
So I signed up today and swear I checked the time frame, but it conflicts with a drill that I have for the National Guard. So you can transfer the bib if you so choose, but no refund. And I don't want to be out that much, so I said, Kane, wait, don't sign up yet, in case I have to transfer it over.
Wouldn't it be easier to transfer your weekend?
I am. I'm working on that.
Is that what
that's
is that what you'd
priority.
be doing? You'd be swapping weekends. I thought you just wouldn't be going.
I
You'd
would
be,
be,
like,
I'd be
a different
pushing
week?
it to a different time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I just have to push that through and see what happens. But
otherwise, you get a cool new nickname,
AWOL.
AWOL.
Shoot on
Yeah.
set.
Gets cool new bracelets too.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, they don't do anything to anybody who doesn't show up, unfortunately.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't,
love
what,
that.
when
That's
would
cool.
you stop spending money like on triathlons? Like
You don't.
equipment
You don't.
wise,
You don't.
You don't.
You don't.
You just always upgrade.
It's just-
new
There's
technology.
always more you can get
Always.
Yeah.
And
because they're
event-wise.
always coming out with new technology every year. There's always something.
especially mainly around the bike, correct? Because not, I'm assuming
Yeah, but then I mean, you're gonna
wetsuits
cycle
don't
through.
change.
Sorry, yeah, you're gonna cycle through like running shoes every season too.
Yeah. But I-
the
like,
bike
if
is gonna
I
be the
buy
most
a bike-
expensive.
Well, I know people. So you buy. We've talked about this before, but you buy a tri bike and you have a training bike, and the tri bike is a lot more lightweight. Or would you guys?
Yeah.
Obviously, I think you
And
guys are just going to do
aerodynamic.
one, maybe eventually get two. But
It's usually like a road bike and tri bike. And road bike, I like a road bike around here because I wouldn't trust my roads that we ride on for a tri bike. So it's like you need a little, road bikes are a little sturdier. Tri bikes are a lot more carbon fiber and a lot more aerodynamic and they're a lot more expensive. So you wouldn't want to bring them on bad roads and mess them up
So I can never move back to Michigan
ever again.
because the roads are horrible. Horrible.
If you'd asked my wife when's a good time to stop buying equipment, it'd have been about $1,000 ago.
yeah,
But for
sure
me,
that.
never. Can't stop, won't stop.
keep purchasing. Yeah, bike's gonna have to be a big one to get.
Yeah.
Well, I think that brings us into
segment.
A new.
I was leaving it open for you. See who can handle
I
that silent pause even longer.
I got to get the drop.
Kidding. And let's catch him off guard, everybody.
Try acronym.
You're gonna like gain. You're like,
I was gonna start laughing, and if I start laughing in Santa, then then I'll start giggling.
I won't be able to stop.
I won't be able to stop. Okay, so try acronyms. What we're going to do, this is going to be set up. It's a new segment. It's going to be set up in the format of a spelling bee between Jono and Kane. But instead of spelling, we are going to find out what acronyms. We're going to have to guess what acronym. I'm going to give you an acronym. That person is going to have to guess what that acronym stands for. Okay, Mr. Reisner, do you have a question?
So, for people who are just listening, Kane's raising his hand for a question, and Jimmy was pushing his hand away to. I don't know. It was really funny, the interaction between the two of them.
I think we lost Jono. So
I was talking.
Okay, he's there.
Okay.
You're going to have to mute both yourselves in post-production because I had a great explanation. Not really. It was pretty poor. They were trying to raise their hands and Jimmy was shushing them away. give him the old backhand.
What you were doing, but
I was just copying you. I thought you were trying to do like
I thought you were like,
I thought he was trying to do I thought he was trying to do a blur thing. I thought he was losing the blur and wanted to refocus. But Kane, did you have a question?
Yeah, no. So all of that to say, 5th grade local spelling bee champion. Right.
Who wasn't?
I think I got out.
I was local spell being champion on no, I'm just kidding. I was not.
Prove it.
I'm a very good person. I'm a better than average speller. I'll tell you
I'm
that.
terrible.
I did not win a 5th grade contest.
I got out on dispenser, and I pronounced it like I was like they're like dispenser, and I was like dispenser. D-E. It was like instantly got out. I was like, dang. And I was at the finals. I think that's where you won. We were in the gym. We were in the high school gym for that.
I was there. I missed the cutoff of going.
They had the bleachers pulled out for it. It was a big deal.
Yeah. In the NPR. It
was a big deal.
Okay. But anyway,
it was NPR.
Congrats on that. Okay. This is going to be like your spelling bee. And I will start with
that's why you raised your hand. Sorry. It's all just coming together.
Yeah.
Well, we wasted a lot of 5 minutes there. Okay. I'm going to start with easier ones and hopefully get them harder as we go. This is, you know what? Kane, you can go first. You're the winner of the. All right. Your acronym is DNF. DNF. You can ask for origin, anything you want.
That's
because of the whole hand raising thing, I totally missed the rules. So I need to tell you what the DNF stands for.
What it stands for, yeah.
What does it stand for?
DNF stands for did not finish.
Yes, that stands for did not finish. Do you understand, Jono, now?
Yeah.
Okay. These are all triathlon related. Jono, your first acronym, DNS.
Did not start.
All right. Round 1. We made it through. All right.
Understand the rules.
Too easy.
There's a lot of them, aren't there?
All right. We're going to step it up a little bit. Kane. PR.
Oh, no. Just kidding. Personal record.
Jono. HR.
Grab.
It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier than you're thinking.
I'm not thinking.
Don't end the segment.
I'm not gonna end it, buddy. Buckaroo. I'm thinking here.
I don't know.
You said I could phone a friend, huh?
Oh, okay.
You don't?
Well, if
you don't know what it is, Kane?
I don't know what this is.
You're trying to throw me. I'm not gonna fall for that. HR. So HR.
Yeah.
All right.
HR.
Something to do with a record?
No clues. No clues.
Can you spell it? Use it in a sentence. Yeah, use it in a sentence. I can do that.
Your acronym is HR.
Well, I would have to say I don't know. I will say I don't know. Can't even think of one. Kane, what is it?
I really don't know either.
All right.
Good.
HR. No one wins this round then. HR stands for heart rate.
Oh my gosh. I was stuck on record. I was, oh my
Stuck
gosh.
on record and human resources.
That's embarrassing. Cut that out. Cut it out.
Nope.
Hey, see when you're under pressure. I call BS on you winning that 5th grade spelling bee.
BS bull.
Okay, Jono. Here's another one for you. RPM.
Rotations per minute. Why did I start? Kane's supposed to start, right?
No, because you both failed HR, so it's like the round starts
now it's
over.
back to you. Yeah.
Revolutions per minute or
Rotations. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Well,
Cool. Kane bailed me out.
Well,
Kane bailed me out.
No, yeah. Kane. Man, it's tough because they're either like easy. Okay. TT.
Time trial.
All right.
Oh,
all right. We're going on to round 4-ish.
I would have got that wrong.
Jono. OWS.
OWS. Oh. W. Oh, wow. I do not know. Kane, do you got this? I don't even have a guess. Obstacles with sound.
Kane, do you have a guess?
No, I don't know this one either.
Maybe I guess I underestimated how hard it would be not looking at the words. OWS stands for open water swim.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Yeah.
Should have thought I swim.
sense.
I just got to get
I was
one of
thinking
the,
like outer wheel spoke or something like that. I don't know. I was thinking a bike part.
I just get locked on one of the letters and try to like figure that out, and I cannot get it. Obstacles. There's got to be something.
All right, Jono, this one might be another hard one too.
Okay.
RPE.
This one's really hard if you don't know it.
Oh, dang it.
You
I mean,
do know it,
Kane
Kane?
knows
Yeah.
it. Is it from, did you get it from biking?
I actually got it from weightlifting.
Well, Kane has to get his right. He doesn't have to get yours right. He has to get his right.
Oh, good.
Ooh, I like that.
Don't know.
Rate
RPE.
Kane, you want to take it?
Rate of perceived exertion.
Rate of perceived exertion.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Kane. For the title of the very first triacronym.
Wait. One second. Sorry to interrupt your face. Sorry to interrupt you. What does that mean? Rate of perceived exertion?
How hard you feel like you're working. It's how hard you feel you're working.
I thought it was like
It's
how
a
people are looking at
subjective
you.
measure.
I thought it's like how people are watching
no.
you and seeing like, man, he's working hard. So you're just grunting.
It's how you perceive your own exertion.
Like if I was running at 70% my speed, that's my perception of that exertion.
Yeah. It's usually on a scale of 1 to 11 or 1 to 21. The higher the number, the harder you are working, considered by some to be more useful than measuring heart rate alone.
Right. HR.
Is what I would think of off the top of my head. Kane, for the win and the title of the first winner, you can put this right up next to your 5th grade spelling bee trophy.
I'm so nervous.
This is bigger though.
SPD.
SPD speed.
That's what I was gonna say.
This one's pretty hard.
Speed. I am.
Speed. SPD. It's probably
SPD.
Probably the. I don't know.
SPD is Shimano Pedaling Dynamics. Though that's a clipless pedal system for your shoe.
Oh my lord!
So is that what you would
it's
call?
Now a standard term.
saying so
Oh,
like
really?
that's what people call the clip-in shoes. Like
Yeah,
that's
well, I think there's two different types. I think two different type of clips, and one is SPD, and I can't remember the other one.
so the brand just
I think.
became the name of it, SPD. Okay.
Basically, yeah. All right, Jono. Oh shoot, I had one here. Okay. Think of in terms of triathlon. ATP.
ATP. I do know this one. Man. Actually, I think I know it for something in the military, so it probably is not going to help at all.
Be.
I'll make a gander with a guess here. I can't think of any words with A. Absolute traction proof.
Hey, I like that guess. It stands for annual training plan.
Oh,
I was thinking average threshold power
I know that is also
because of FTP.
Yeah.
doesn't count.
Doesn't count. All right, Kane, once again for the win.
Oh boy.
This is on their list. WTC.
I think
World Triathlon Championship.
Oh, so close. World Triathlon
Competition. Dang it.
Corporation.
Oh wow, I didn't have it
I
at all.
thought I was taking home the gold, boys.
Okay,
Man.
well, here it is. Instead of doing it, because I'm running out of it's going to be an obvious, super hard one. Whoever shouts out the next one correctly, and you get one guess, and then the other person gets a guess. You can't just start rattling.
Okay.
Whoever shouts this one out correctly
Takes home the bacon.
will be the winner.
Wins all the marbles.
Let's do. Again, this is on the website. LBS.
S is in snake.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes. LBS. LBS.
I'm gonna give you a small hint.
DK.
Yes.
Think
Give us more.
like the last two I gave each of you. Kind of think outside the box of where your mind is right now a little bit.
Oh.
This has nothing to do with
Triathlon.
yes. No, I just got major deja vu. Did we ever do this before?
No.
I have major deja vu. Wow. This doesn't have to do with the actual measuring of your body or anything. This is something like how ATP was annual training plan and World Triathlon Corporation. This is down that route. LBS. I'll give you 5 more seconds. Take a guess.
Limited bowel system.
Ooh, close.
Libido. That's all I got.
Libido Big Summer. It stands for local bike shop.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
So this is
common.
all right. Internet board.
Here's the real last one that one of you will get. Oh man. Well, let's do it, guys. MTB.
Mountain bike.
There it is.
Oh, I was going to say it, but it was too obvious.
Well, it was hard.
That's
I thought
good.
you guys
That's
would
good.
have. I thought you guys went down the route of trying to find a name for each letter instead of mountain bike. But yes, MTB is
that was
mountain
the
bike.
first one. Well done,
Yeah.
Mr. Reisner.
Good job, Mr.
Well
Reisner.
Done.
Oh.
Well done. Well done. I'm just slowly fading.
Your trophy's in the mail. All right,
Just like the last one.
Yeah, that was triacronyms.
Triac. TA, if we wanted to make it an acronym.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we could do that again. Pretty
But
much use
triacronym's pretty short already there.
I pretty much used every single acronym I could find. I'm sure there's more, but we could maybe play that once more.
Up.
Yeah,
I got one.
Okay, but
we need it for the next segment.
NG.
No good. Non-governmental.
Never granola.
Nutrition gel.
Oh, see, I was thinking of nutrition.
It was close.
And it's never granola, it's gel.
Man, those are good though. That will be hopefully more well known the more and more we compete. Because I feel like
maybe I'll do the same exact acronyms like 10 episodes from now. We'll come back and visit the same exact acronyms and see if you guys know.
I'll prep for it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll let that take us into our final segment, but a fan favorite, which we are our own fans, and it is one of our favorites. We are going into
the Triathlon Draft.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that.
I didn't even know what you were reading from. You just ad-libbed that.
I did. I didn't have anything.
Just wung it.
I like that.
Wanged it.
Winged
it.
Caw.
Cocked it.
All right. So
I'll explain it. Sorry. It's another draft. Same as before. We're drafting a triathlon team. And we're not going to try not to be again so combative in our discussions, but
again,
Jimmy,
when were we combative?
Gonna beat us
the
up.
camel. And this is Superhero Draft, and we're all doing this without notice for research. So this is off the cuff. The draft order is going to be me, Kane, Jono. It's went around again to where I start again. So me, Kane, Jono, and here in my first pick. This is tough.
Wait. What topics do we say?
So I have one question on the draft then.
It's superhero. I'm sorry. Superhero, and they can't fly any of the things. They have to ride a bike for the bike is all.
And they have to run for the run. So
and they have to run for the run.
So is it any person with superpowers or does it have to be a superhero?
It can be any person with superpowers, yeah.
And one thing
not
I
like a
would
DC or Marvel.
I would introduce would be if one person would pick someone with super speed, all super speeds are off limits. Like the power is, or no?
No, I think we should because
that would greatly limit.
Well, then I think that way it'll just be like people can vote for who their favorite team is. Then even because we're gonna all have
That's just one thought. We did that with the cartoon movie, like the movie or the cartoons. Right. Like that whole episode was.
Well, we took off the movie that they were part of.
Yeah.
Not the
That's
power.
What I'm saying. Powers.
Which was an interesting take.
For the very first pick, it's hard because I know there's a good first pick for a run and a swim, and I don't know if there is a good pick for a second swim. So I'm going to take the swim first, and I'm going to take Aquaman.
Crap, that was a good one.
Knew that was coming. Kane, you're next.
1-1.
Okay.
I got a double pick. I got to get ready.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting when you think about it. So I am going to go a little unorthodox here. I'm going to take the bike and I am going to pick Robin. Batman sidekick, because in the original, like the old time cartoons, he was always riding a bike. They were always riding bikes around.
And he was played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who also was in the movie about bikes.
Yeah, what was that called?
Forrest
Premium Rush. Premium Rush.
Hey, Forrest Gump's a superhero. That man's a national treasure.
So twofold, we've got some strong ties to bikes there.
That's interesting.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Jono, what are your?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the old run. Gonna go with the classic Flash.
Yep, I knew that one.
That was
the actual second pick.
Had to take it, and then this is actually harder than. I might take Superman for the swim.
Hey, it's a strong pick.
He's interesting.
He's a strong pick. I mean, he can really do anything.
You just really hope you're not swimming in the lake of kryptonite. which is
Yes.
where this triathlon takes place.
You tricked me. All right, then Kane, back to you.
That's a strong. Superman is like pretty much
He's
a
like a
fill-in
cheat
for
code
any
for
of them.
any-
For anyone, yeah.
Although I have arguments for why they wouldn't work on others. Not that we're going to be combative. Kane, your turn.
Yeah, I was gonna pick Superman for the swim, but I don't know. I didn't. So I can't think of another swim right now. So I'm gonna go with the run, and I am going to pick. Oh man, Jimmy's all excited.
No,
Wait, I'm changing.
Is it reverse psychology?
I'm excited because something popped in my head. Not what you're picking.
He's not listening to you.
I'm not listening to you.
So back
Pour over.
me. So I'm going to pick the run, and my pick is going to be Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ooh,
That's a good runner.
Good choice.
That's a good choice. Oh boy. All right. So I get
Final two
next
here
two.
for
My
you.
final two. Oh boy. Well, this is tough. I get both of them, but I can't tell if I want this one on the run or the bike. The bike is really hard, kind of.
Kane had a pretty solid pick.
I know it was. I know.
Not gonna lie.
Easy for me, boys.
But why was he riding a bike every? I don't know. The Batmobile.
I don't know.
Take your own ride.
Come on, Robin. He's like flying like 50 miles away to the crime scene, and Robin's sitting in arrow position, like I'm on my way, Batman. I'm going to pick my run. And my run is going to be Dash from The Incredibles.
Yep. That's a good one. That was the other fast one I had in my head.
Which brings me to now my bike, which I have no idea. This is coming off the cuff. We didn't have time to research, so I didn't have a plan in place. My bike, I was going to say Go-Go from Big Hero 6, but she's a rollerblader.
I don't even know that at all.
Yeah, I just watched that, so I know
right?
what you're
That's Go-Go,
referencing.
isn't it?
I don't
She's
really
like
know
a-
the name, but I know it's the rollerblader. I know
Yeah.
there's a rollerblader. There's no biker.
Wow, this is actually pretty tough.
I know.
For the bike, I'm going to pick Green Lantern because I think he could probably make himself a pretty cool bike out of his ring.
Okay.
You know how they use their ring to do stuff?
To do.
Yeah.
I bet he can make a pretty good triathlon bike.
There you go. So you're going for an equipment.
I'm going.
Upgrade.
It's an
That's
equipment
good.
thing.
Hey, no, that's a good call.
Really, besides
That's a really good
Superman,
call.
a lot of it is equipment. I think they're all superhero.
Well, even
abilities,
Superman would.
Right.
Well, so my since Kane already picked his bike, I can give my little bit insight on the bike.
Wait,
No, I'm not picking it.
But okay, I'm just kidding.
No, that's fine. Go ahead, because I literally can't think of any
Well, start
superhero
thinking, boy.
swims.
So my thought is the bike, you are limited to the mechanical limitations of your bike. So if you I was thinking of putting the flash on the bike, but I was like, he's going to break it because he's going to go way too fast. So really Kane's pick was super solid, and Jimmy got around the mechanics of the bike with the Green Lantern. So now I'm stuck.
Awesome.
So Kane, pick your swimmer. Take your time.
I just thought of Ryan Reynolds, and I'm like, please help me out of this. And then I was like, oh yeah, you play Green Lantern.
Oh dear, Ryan Reynolds, help me out.
Baby Ryan Reynolds, please give me the answer.
So swim, right? Swim.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, did you think of it? Did you think of it?
I can picture
Take your time.
I can picture the cartoon, but I can't think of the name. Oh no. It was like what's the lost city underneath the
Atlantis?
Atlantis, yeah. It was like along those lines, the cartoon. Shoot.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. can't remember.
There's
No
a
go if
good
you
one
can't
that
save it.
there's a good swimmer that I'm thinking of that I'm hoping you don't pick or think of. Well,
Why?
I think it counts.
Because, wow.
You got to throw a name.
I know my mind is blanking.
Think of Ryan Reynolds.
Think of Ryan Reynolds.
And he'll get you out of cold water. No pun
Ryan
intended.
Reynolds.
Okay, fine. Deadpool.
Hey,
Sure.
he can probably swim. He can probably swim.
I'm sure.
Because he doesn't feel pain.
He won't die. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. He can't drown.
And he's pretty much got a wetsuit on already.
Yep.
Although the
Yes,
thing over the face will actually drown. So, a little tip for you guys: if you're wearing like a superhero costume, don't jump into a pool because you'll actually drown with the face covering of the mesh. It's
that
like,
happen to you?
it's like no, it didn't happen to me, but I've seen a lot of videos. It's like waterboarding yourself, and you can't, and it sticks to you, so you can't get it off very easy either.
Jeez, that
So,
would be miserable.
Stay
That'd be
away from
terrifying.
pools with a superhero outfit. It might seem like a good idea, but it is not.
Or any full body spandex.
So the swimmer
face
I was
coverings.
thinking of, and I don't know if it counts, would have the swimmer I was going to think of Silver Surfer or Frozone, but I guess they're not technically
Yeah,
swimming, but they're
yeah.
using
water.
their bodies to. I think it should work.
I thought of Frozone, but I didn't. I thought along the same lines. I didn't
If
know
you
if it was
said
going
Frozone or Silver Surfer, I'd have let it go because they are using their
they're going
abilities
over
to
the
go through the
water.
water.
Yeah.
Well, Frozone's technically going through
that-
the water because he's on it,
But that's
Yeah.
like borderline flying because we said no flying either. So, but
True.
but
but we didn't say
So-
it, so we didn't have the veto.
for my bike, I could go with the route of Batman, but
I almost did that. I almost did that.
I'm
But I thought
because of
the
Robin.
cape's going to have so much drag.
And of course, who's gonna win, Batman or Robin in a bike? Batman's
Right.
gonna beat him every
to.
time.
Batman's so used to the Batmobile.
What if Batman and Robin had erased all their crime scenes? They just got off the bike all tired and
I'll see you
had
there.
to clip out.
So instead of that, I'm gonna go with Elastigirl because she could maximize the mechanical advantages of the bike and not break it.
Wait,
And
that's the Incredibles too, right?
yes, it is.
I'm not like that's a very good pick. I almost picked her for the bike too for no reason because I thought of Dash and I was like, well, someone in the same family.
I know,
How
that's
would she
kinda
be
how I
able to
got
make use of the mechanical advantage of the bike?
Because she can pedal super fast if she needs to, and
But the bike
The-
can only
the
handle
flow.
so fast.
yeah, if she needs to, but she can
But
go right to
she
the
can
edge.
pedal at the max because she can manipulate how big her
And her
appendages are.
muscles don't tighten up, and she's loose all the time. She's ready to go. Boom, pow.
Okay, but the bike will hold up though.
Bike will hold
'cause I
up,
thought you
yeah.
were saying if the Flash goes too fast on the bike,
No,
it'll
no,
like
no.
rip
I'm
the
not
bike
saying
apart.
she's going to go faster than the mechanical abilities of the bike. I'm just saying that
okay.
she is one who has a superpower that won't
Yep.
break the bike.
And if there's a good tailwind,
caught.
if there's a good tailwind,
Oh, good call. She does the parachute.
yeah, you just your parachute past
so she's
everybody.
not even pedaling. It's literally just the wind that's just
And
pushing
she
her
can
off.
It's a sail.
stretch out forward to cross the finish line sooner.
Or she can draft that way, or like
She could
hold on the bike in front of her.
She was super thin.
Yeah,
There'd be nobody on there. She could
No
adapt.
drag.
Oh man, that's a great pick.
it was.
Wow.
I still think Green Lantern can make a better bike. I think he can make
If
a
it's
better
not
bike.
powered by,
Yeah, he can
like,
make a better bike. But
outside
I don't know if he
energy.
can power it as well as Elastigirl can power her bike.
Well, and how
But-
efficient she can be.
But she can only go as fast as a bike will be willing to go before
Hey,
braking.
but Robin has a heart of gold, so he's going to be a tough one to beat.
I love the Robin pick on the
It is
bike.
good.
I think that stays true.
for the
I think
top
that
of your head,
stays
yeah.
true to the spirit of the person riding a bike. I mean, when has Green Lantern ever ridden a bike? You know,
Yeah,
never.
or Elastigirl, but yeah,
Robin put his work in, and he got
he
drafted
did.
for it.
and he got
First
drafted
round.
in the first round.
First round. Good for Robin.
He was working towards something.
Kane passed up Superman and the Flash for Robin on a bike.
Yeah,
The first time anyone's ever picked Robin over Superman and Flash.
Or Batman.
Or Batman.
the first two, I knew the two top picks had to be Aquaman and Flash, like a swimmer and a crazy runner.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when Kane passed up the Flash for Robin.
But he got Sonic though as a run.
I got
so
Sonic,
it's-
yeah.
I know. I hope
good
Robin
second pick.
carries him to votes because that's Awesome. Robin put in his work and got drafted.
I still
want to
think
vote for him.
Elastigirl was a much better pick than I expected.
Yeah, Elastigirl just kind of came out of nowhere and
Better
just like
than you and we kind of we actually kind of talked it. We actually kind of talked it into a good pick.
We gave the listeners a good reason to vote.
Elastigirl's
to vote for Robin or no, I think all of them are pretty good though. All of them. The Deadpool swim I'm hesitant about, but you got Robin on the bike, so like
he can survive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. As long as Deadpool gets out of the water, Robin's just gonna be smiling on that bike.
You could, Jimmy. We could have done Dash too for the swim because remember when he was pushing the boat in Incredibles, his feet.
When Kane said like he was going to change his pick. That's what came to my mind. I was like, Dash for the swim, and I looked and I already picked Aquaman. I was like, oh, never mind. But then I figured I'll use him for the run.
Yeah, that's a good call.
My mind was blanking so hard that it just after I had Sonic right away in my head, but everything else just like Robin just popped like in my head at the very last second. I was like, oh, let's try Robin. That's perfect.
I didn't know he rode a bike. That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. So how'd you like the off the cuff draft? That's tough.
It's more fun.
It was fun because it keeps us on our toes.
But the thing, like we know superheroes enough that we can find something to fit in. Like if you did another topic off the cuff, that'd be very hard. Like if we tried the movie characters off the cuff or cartoon.
Well, you just go like one person's pick sparks other options, and then it just like slowly unlocks doors to cool picks. So
and we're not fighting as hard. Like that's that first one. I think we've learned our lesson quite a bit.
Kane with two solid picks. The last one of the last drafts we did, picking Fred Flintstone for the bike. Yeah, we're gonna have to tell
field.
One of these times we're just gonna have to pick our dream team from all our picks.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good bikes. I got too many good bikes.
Yeah, you do.
That's a good one. I bet John would pick the horse for the.
I picked the horse for the bike over.
I recently saw a video where there's this train and there's camels on the train tracks, and this camel was running away from the train and keeping the distance and not getting ran over. That camel was fast.
Wow.
So just
wow.
I thought of you guys right when I saw it.
Fast. Camels are superior.
So just to recap, then let's go over each of our teams that we drafted.
Yeah, I'll start because I picked first. My team for my swim, I had Aquaman. For my run, I picked Dash, and for my bike, I picked Green Lantern. So the worst DC movie.
Yep, but solid team, right? I think solid picks. So mine for the swim, I picked Deadpool. For the bike, I picked Robin, and for the run, I picked Sonic the Hedgehog.
And for my picks, for the swim was Superman, for the bike was Elastigirl, and for the run was the Flash.
You're really trying to sell that Elastigirl.
Yeah. Elastigirl. No kids. Edna.
Getting Elastigirl's last pick is pretty solid.
Edna would have been a good pick. Maybe not.
I was trying to think of. I blanked. I was like, "There's so many superheroes I know." I was trying to think of the X-Men, and I couldn't think of anything.
Iron Man.
But he's not good. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
He wouldn't be good.
He could build an awesome bike.
Thor
you
would
can't
be
fly.
Really strong.
All Iron Man can do is fly. Oh, I guess he could build a good bike.
Think of the other. Well, yeah, but
it'd be like an e-bike. It wouldn't be him.
It can't be powered by anything. It can't be. It could be powered by his chest.
Tony Stark built this in a
game. That quote never fit more than
I know. Right now. It came right to my head.
Oh, that's awesome.
Tony Stark.
I can't think of any besides.
You
could do you Black Widow or Jeremy Renner. What's his name?
Hawkeye.
Nighthawk.
Hawkeye. Oh, Black Panther. There's just all like high efficient strength.
Thor.
You could yeah.
He could bring
he flies
electricity.
And he's strong.
I mean, like strength wise.
Wait, is this a full on combat one? Are they fighting as they're going?
Is it
they're
a Coliseum
as they're going along? Yeah.
Oh man.
No, next draft we should pick 3 triathletes for combat.
Oh yeah, let's mix it up. Let's get him.
We have to look up triathletes and put them into battle.
Who's gonna win? Oh, that's good. That was a good one. All right. Well, we're coming to the end of this episode, and when you want to follow us, you can find us on. I said that weird, but you can find us on Strava. James Newland, Kane Reisner, and John O'Newland. You can email questions or any corrections that you might have heard when you think of a better superhero at unlacedtry@gmail.com, and subscribe on YouTube at Unlaced Triathlon. Rate and review us on any of your podcast platforms of choice. It really helps out. So we thank you very much for listening and being with us. And Jimmy's giving some weird eyes here.
Vote for the draft on and comment anywhere or anywhere on. I think we have a poll on Spotify. Vote for the draft on anywhere. Vote on anywhere.
Oh my goodness!
Just vote. Go out and vote.
Vote now. Goodbye.
Your vote counts.